It's always good to get that first one out your system, man. I thought that Coach Fitch's message was very clear about the way he wanted to play. Our focus today was totally and 100% on defensive-minded today, and not so much of schemes and X's and O's, but more of trusting one another on the defensive end, talking to one another, communicating. Being there for our teammates, being in sync, with everybody out there on the basketball court. So I thought everybody responded well to that for the first practice. And like I said, it's always good. It's always good to get that first one out.
As disappointing as last year was, how badly do you want to just kind of start this year just to be able to put that all?
Well, I was, not even getting no sleep these last week and a half, man, just because I was itching to get back out there on the basketball court. I wanted to start training camp, quicker, just for my own sake, just to get back into that mentality, get back into that mindset of, getting ready with my teammates and, starting this new chapter.
Your first real look at this triangle out there, as a group out there, how'd it go?
We did nothing offensively today, nothing. Everything was, committed to defense today, talking. We didn't even take a glimpse at the triangle today. So that just goes to show that our focus is, defensively this year, and that's going to be our main focus. And we're gonna put the triangle in. We're not really worried about that. And a lot of guys kind of been working on that throughout the off season, and kind of really know it a little bit. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But this morning was all about defense.
What you know with the triangle, what do you think? How do you think that will translate to what you do? What you do well?
I'm looking forward to it. I can tell you that. I'm looking forward to the triangle. I know what the triangle is really about. It's not about, just the system of being in the triangle. It's a lot that goes into it, just as far as, energy and effort and, knowing where guys is at on the basketball court and all 5 guys being in sync on the court at one time. And that's exactly what the triangle is. And we'll get to that. We have time to get to that. But right now, this first practice was solely focused on defense.
Carmelo, do you think this defensive scheme, are you hoping at least it's going to make a little more sense than last season when it seemed you guys were
Well, I mean, it makes sense already. I mean, just what he was talking about today, just what we went through, it makes sense already. We still got some work to do. We still going to put a lot of work into that part, but it makes sense already. It wasn't hard to pick up. It was more mentally challenging than physically challenging. But it's fun when you have to trust on your teammates to help everybody out and believe in one another on the defensive end.
Carmelo, what's it like when a guy who's won as much as Phil and as much as Derek, they address you for the practice? What is the message that they try to do?
At the end of the day, I'm a student. I'm still a student. So when Phil comes in, and Phil didn't really have too much to say. Derek and the coaches did their job today. Phil kind of sat on the sideline and observed. So Derek ran the practice. He ran the practice. His message was clear. We walked in this door together. We're gonna win together. We're gonna lose together. But we're gonna have each other backs through thick and thin. And that's what we gotta have. That's the mindset that we gotta have. And, he distilled that in us. From the first couple of minutes of practice today.
Did Phil talk last night?